Good. Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I'm going to be giving my presentation on how to transition your wardrobe from the trends that you see on the runway to real way that you can wear every day. So I've been working in retail for the past 5 years, and I worked at Nordstrom, which is a department store, Forever 21, which is fast fashion, and Madewell, which is a part of J.Crew. So I've had a lot of frequently asked questions as I've been in retail for 5 years, and one of the most commonly asked questions is how can I be on trend without looking over the top, or how can I wear these runway looks without looking completely crazy? So I've kind of come up with the answer that you need to make these effortless looks from the runway. You have to transition them by taking silhouettes, color, and the shapes of the wardrobe. All right, so runway fashions are meant to be exaggerated. They are designed to be photographed, and we are styled for living. So they need to be interpreted. You need to break it down. When you're looking at this picture from the Christian Dior couture show, you see that it is a bunch of crazy stuff going on. If you saw someone walking down the street in this, you'd probably think they're crazy. You're probably not going to a award show anytime soon. So what you would have to do is break this down, and you see that there's a couple trends going on. Like you said earlier, you could probably just wear the skirt alone, or you could use the prints. You can wear a floral print with a stripe print if you wanted to do that, and you could wear it to school, you could wear it to work, and you would look really on trend, but you wouldn't be over the top. So in this presentation, I'm going to give you hints on how to take a popular trend, and the biggest trend that I've seen in spring and now entering into fall is color blocking, and I'm going to break it down for you so you can make these looks easy, affordable, and they'll be fashion forward. All right, so this is the dress that started it all for color blocking. I'm going to give you a little history. This dress was created by YSL, and it was in the 70s, and it's really modern, sleek, and we're having a revival of that right now in fashion. It's probably due to the recession. We don't want to be buying a bunch of different pieces, so it's easy to just go in your wardrobe and color block, because these are all things that you already have, and it's just a fresh way of looking at your wardrobe. All right, so what is color blocking? Color blocking is the use of two solid blocks of color that are strategically placed, and they're complementary but contrasting bold colors. And it's just like the name states, it's just blocks of color. And these are some of the runway looks. Like you'll see that these are all complementary colors, but usually when you're using a color wheel, you only use 2 of those. But in many of these looks, you'll be using 3 or adding in a neutral. And in the stylists use color blocking to hide your flaws. So you'll use a darker top you'll color block it so that you'll place emphasis on areas that you want to accentuate, such as your chest and legs, and then you'll hide areas like your waist and bottom. All right, so when you're using the color wheel, I don't know, has anyone ever heard of the 2/3 rule? All right, let me tell you. So the 2/3 rule, you're gonna pick the color that you want. So if I picked red, I'm gonna draw an equilateral triangle. So I would go to the blue-green into the primary yellow, or the blue and the yellow. And from there, I can pick 2 colors. So I would pick, based on my skin tone, I would pick the red and the blue, and I would skip the yellow. So these are some more examples of color blocking on the runway, and you can see that it's really exaggerating. That's not what we're going to be looking for. So now I'm going to show you. These are even guys that are doing it too, so everyone can participate in this trend. Okay, so here's some real way tips. So I think the easiest way to accomplish this look is to cheat and just buy a pre-color blocked item. I have this dress, and it's perfect for going out. You can just throw it on and throw a nude pair of heels on with it, and you're ready to go. The only thing that you need to remember when you're buying just a pre-color blocked item is that you need to make sure that 2 or more of the colors are gonna work with your complexion. All right, the next way that you can do it is by pairing separates. This, I think, is just like a notch up. You really just can go with any nude or neutral on the bottom and play with a fun, bright color of your choice on the top. But you just need to, again, make sure that the colors are flattering to your skin. And you could go for 2 bold colors here, but I suggest that this is where you start. All right, so this is kicking it up a notch. So once you've got your neutral and your bold color like down, you can add another bold color. So in this, she used the color wheel again, and she used the yellow and the blue, and she paired it with a white shirt, which it really is flattering on her body, and it gives her the appearance of a longer torso. All right, so once you're all ready with all your colors, you need to up the ante, and you need to add accessories. So you can even color block an outfit just by you could wear just this plain gray pants, green, but you can add a bright pink lipstick like the one in the corner, and you'd be considered color blocking. Or if you want, you could just add a green bag like this to any of these outfits, and it would be considered adding an additional bold, vibrant color. All right, so opposites attract. I think the main rule that you should follow when you're putting together your color block look is have 1 bright, 1 bold, and 1 neutral. You should never have more than 1 neon look because you'll kind of end up looking like a Rubik's Cube. So I suggest that this look on the left is probably better than this one because this has so much color going on that you're kind of losing sight of what the color blocking is, whereas she has paired a neutral, a bold bottom, and a bright shoe. So it really works for that outfit. Okay, so when you're in doubt and you feel like you just are overwhelmed with all the color, I suggest that you neutralize the look by just pairing your accessories with just a standard black pant and white t-shirt. And I think that way you can still be on trend, but you're not gonna necessarily stand out in a crowd, which sometimes when you're at school or at work, that's something you wanna do, but people who are in on the color blocking will notice that you're being fashion forward still. It's very subtle. Okay, so if you don't have neutrals, that's not a problem either, because you can just use 1 hue of the same color story. So for this dress, I just paired it with a opposing peachish brown sweater, and I would probably just pair it with a red shoe to enhance the color blocking. But just like that, you just throw on a cardigan and you're ready to go out for an event. All right, so these are some color block failures that I've seen. Tyra Banks, she kind of went all wrong with this because it's really tight. It's making her appear smaller in her proportions, and she's a really, really tall Amazon woman. So I would suggest that she would wear like a flowier top, or just maybe use 2 of these colors. And Rashida Jones, I really think if she just flip-flopped the black to the bottom, it would have been flattering, but because she put the 2 colors on the bottom, it really made her wide and accentuated her bottom half. Okay, so here's some real examples. Every day you can just pair a big solid color on the top that's really bright and bold, and guys can do this too by putting it on the bottom, or you can wear just a neutral bottom. It's really easy, and this is pretty much how we dress anyway, but you're just selecting colors that are a little brighter than your normal palette. For a night out, again, you can just use like the pre-color block dress, or you can use the one where I use the hues, or you can just go and get a really bold bottom and pair it with a neutral top, and it will really stand out. You can even wear this professionally. I'm doing it today with more fall colors. these and my pink flats, they are in the same color family, but I'm still being professional. I still have the right length. And in these are both J. Crew models, and they just have pops of color, and I think it's really fun in the workplace, especially if you have that creativity, that you should show it, and it will probably show in your work too that you're a fun and creative person. All right, so these are my tried and true color combinations. So blue, yellow, orange, chocolate brown, pink, peach. These are all you can just go to these when you're in doubt.